In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own unique object, right? I've showed you how you could go find objects that you have in your system. So I'm in my starter content and props, and I pulled out the chair, so you saw that. And let's go. Oh, I have a flag, that's why. I'm like, why I'm not showing anything? Okay. So we have props, and I could pull out another thing, like a lamp. We'll put a lamp next to our chair. I can't tell if that is upside down. It kind of looks upside down. But, so then we have our object and the thing, but we want to make our own. And so I want to make a flag. That's usually what I like doing. So what I'm going to do is take multiple pieces and put it together and make a flag. But one of the things I suggest when you're doing stuff is to make your own folder so that you could easily find your stuff and it's in one general area, right? Because all this other stuff is stuff that was given to you, right? And so to make your own folder, what I'm going to suggest is you click on content and you right click and you're going to say new folder, and I'm just going to say gens. And so that way, if I put all of my stuff in here, then I can easily go find it again and I don't have to go searching for it. Though the search feature is very great if you name things appropriately. So now what I'm going to do is right click and I'm going to make a new object or a new actor. And so we're going to do that by creating a new blueprint class. And so blueprints are basically just what Unreal uses as making assets for your different thing. So we're going to say blueprint class, and you'll see that there's all these options for it. And the one we're going to look at is an actor. And I didn't mean to click it that quickly. So let's go look at that again just so I could read it. Blueprint class. And an actor is an object that can be placed or spawned in the world. So it's like anything that you put in the world is considered an actor. So we have our blueprint, and if you just do it, it says new blueprint. That's a very bad naming convention. Just saying we want our names to be something that we could easily search for. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename this. So we'll right click on it and hit rename, and I'm going to call it my flag. Because I want to make a flag capture game. And so my flag, and I'm going to double click on it and it'll edit it. And because I showed you in one of the previous videos how to make your editor pop up in a new tab instead of a new window, it's right here. And what's nice is, so we're going to be able to create our new object here. And how we do that is we're going to, this has very similar features to the previous ones, right? We have our details over here for our object. We have components at the top. That's where we're going to add stuff to our component. We have blueprints. This is basically where it's going to tell you the logic, how it does stuff. There's also a section in here for variables. Variables are just a place where you store values about your object in this scene and different things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click down in our content drawer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two things. I'm going to take a pillar and a wedge and make a flag out of it. So I'm going to take two objects and put them together and make a flag. So what I'm going to do is just click on all things, and I'm going to type in pillar, and see it has pillars that pop up, and I'm just going to click and drag that in the screen. And it's a really tall pillar. I probably don't need it that tall. So you see I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go to the scale one, right? And I'm going to make it shorter just because I don't need it quite that tall. And I probably don't need it quite that wide either, so I might make it a little thinner, right? Again, you could use your mouse to scroll in. I find it helpful to click on the Alt key, because Alt kind of makes it so it just stays and lets me pan around the item, whereas if I just go left and right, it goes around. And the right mouse key, circles all over it. And believe me, it just takes a lot of practice to get good at manipulating in 3D. Alright, so now I have my pillar, and now what I want to do is add a wedge to it. So I'm going to go find another one and say, well, first what I'm going to do is we have this pillar, and I want to show you something. So what you should do often when you're doing anything is compile and save. What compile does is it tells the system to check any code or anything that was changed in your system to make sure it's working right. So you hit compile and you're looking for that it was successful and it was happy. And then at the bottom right hand, you'll see it says to unsaved. It shows you that I have, I added that ceiling lamp and my flag. So I hit save. So again, save often. You could also go up here to file and save all. It's just one of my suggestions. And so then what I want to do is take this flag and put it into my scene, right? So what I'm going to do is go here and I'm going to go to gens because that's where I put it. And I have to unclick off the filter because I was looking for filter. So so this is my flag, right? And I want to add that to my scene. So I'm going to click and drag it out into my scene. And so now that flag, that pillar is in my scene. It's not much of a flag yet, so I still have to go and do more for it. But I want to show you that, like, right when we're doing this, it's there. And if I go back to my flag, I can make changes. First I'm gonna go and change the texture of it, right? So let's go, and it's a flag, so it's probably on a wooden pillar. So I'm gonna look for a wood, and I have a couple things of wood. So we're gonna use pine. And then when I look back at my screen, you'll see that it's already changed here as well, right? That I changed the flag here, but it changes it in scene as well. And now I need the wedge part. So I'm going to go look for a wedge. And all content wedge. And I have a couple shapes, so I'm going to use this B one. And I'm going to come in and put it in. And you'll see it added at the bottom. I could like manipulate the size and shape. Oops. It has both things selected, so Control Z is a good thing for undo, and edit, undo like that. So I only want the wedge. So you see over here on the left, it tells you where things are selected. We only want the wedge selected when we're manipulating it now. So we want to make it about the same width. And then I need to change it to move the object. Right, because the flag should not be at the bottom, right? It should be at the top. And that kind of looks like a flag, right? And hit compile and save. And go back and look. Now I have my flag in the scene. And white flag, we're not having a choose here. We want to, you know, I like blue, so we'll go for blue. Ooh, I picked the wrong thing, right? So I want the materials and blue. So now I have a blue flag in my scene, and we'll hit save all. And now you can see in my screen I have created my own object, and when I change its colors and stuff, it changes it here. Now, if I want to, right, I can make this one huge. So I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to make it huge just so you can see, right? And when I scaled it, it did the whole thing, right? It did the whole flag part. And then what I'm going to show you is I'm going to go take my flag that I made in Gen, and I have to uncheck that, and I can pull it out. It's still my original shape and size, right? And that's just kind of the nice thing about making a blueprint for it, is I have this blueprint that I can make it the same size everywhere, but I can make a couple of them change or whatever. And so you can make your own objects.